Rain whispers, cicadas hum, mist conceals. As the camera cuts through clouds, the sun rises over endless peaks, the mighty Andes slicing through the heart of Colombia. And in that golden light, you realize this is not just another country on a map. This is a living, breathing masterpiece. Wild, unpredictable, and astonishingly alive. Welcome to Colombia, the land of eternal contrast. Here, nature writes poetry in color. Snow-capped mountains melt into lush jungles. Coffee farms stretch across green valleys like woven carpets. And only a few hours away, turquoise waves crash against white sand Caribbean shores. Every direction leads to a different world, yet each one beats with the same rhythm. The pulse of a nation reborn. Once misunderstood by the world, Colombia has transformed itself, not by hiding its past, but by rewriting it. Its story isn't one of escape. It's one of rediscovery. From the scars of history rose a country that chose to dance again, to sing again, to open its arms to travelers who seek beauty in its purest form. Because here, beauty isn't found in perfection, it's found in resilience. As your journey begins, Colombia greets you not with monuments, but with moments. The warm smile of a coffee farmer in the hills of Salento. The sound of a street musician in Medellin, blending cumbia with the heartbeat of a city reborn. The scent of guava and passion fruit filling the air as children chase kites across the highlands. These moments are Colombia raw, human, unforgettable. The landscapes seem impossible. The Andes, standing proud and eternal, cradle cities that pulse with life. The Magdalena River flows endlessly, carrying stories from mountains to sea, stories of ancient civilizations, explorers, and dreamers. And in between, you find valleys that feel untouched by time, where the clouds hang low enough to touch, and the air feels thick with mystery. It's a land of balance between chaos and calm, adventure and serenity. In the same day, you can climb a volcanic peak at dawn, explore a colonial village by noon, and watch the Caribbean sunset from a hammock by evening. Few places on earth can offer such duality, and even fewer can make you feel so deeply connected to it. Colombia is not a destination. It's a journey through emotions. Every road, every trail, and every face tells a story, a reminder that travel isn't about what you see, but what you feel. And in Colombia, you don't just witness beauty, you live inside it. As the camera drifts over the endless green canopy, the narrator's voice softens. Look closely, and you'll see more than land. You'll see the heartbeat of a people who never stopped believing. The colors, the laughter, the rhythm, they all blend into a single truth. Colombia is not just rising, it's glowing. And this is only the beginning. Because beyond these mountains, hidden between rivers and clouds, lie worlds that will change everything you thought you knew about beauty, about life, about wonder itself. The journey through Colombia has just begun, and what awaits you next will leave you breathless. The wind whispers through the Andes, carrying with it the echo of a city suspended between heaven and earth. As the first light of dawn touches the high-altitude plateau, Bogotá awakens 2,600 meters closer to the stars. The drone rises above a sprawling city wrapped in clouds, where colonial architecture meets modern glass towers, and chaos dances gracefully with culture. This is the pulse of Colombia, the beating heart in the mountains. Bogotá isn't a city you simply visit. It's a city you feel. It's where contradictions blend into harmony. Street art colors ancient walls, while church bells echo above traffic-filled boulevards. The scent of freshly brewed coffee drifts from every corner cafe, mingling with the rhythm of conversations that sound like poetry. Here, life doesn't slow down. For anyone, it moves with the urgency of rain racing down Andean rooftops. Start your journey in La Candelaria, Bogotá's historic core, a living museum of cobblestone streets and colonial facades painted in brilliant shades of blue, yellow, and red. Every corner holds a story. Murals tell tales of rebellion and rebirth, while small bookshops hide treasures of Colombian literature. Step inside a traditional cafe, and you'll taste coffee that feels like liquid gold grown in the highlands, roasted with care and served with the warmth of the people who made it. From here, the city climbs even higher to Monserrate, a sacred mountain that watches over Bogotá like a silent guardian. The cable car glides above the city, and when you reach the summit, the view stretches endlessly, a sea of rooftops below, mountains beyond, and clouds that seem close enough to touch. Locals come here to pray, travelers come to breathe, and everyone leaves with a sense of awe. At 3,152 meters, it's not just your lungs that feel lighter, your spirit does too. But Bogotá's heart beats not just in its altitude, but in its people. Walk through Plaza Bolivar, and you'll find a city alive with voices, artists sketching portraits, musicians strumming guitars, vendors selling arepas and empanadas, laughter echoing between the walls of centuries-old buildings. The Gold Museum nearby glows with treasures of the Muisca civilization, a reminder that long before Bogotá became Colombia's capital, it was a place of sacred myths and sun-born legends. Yet, beyond the city limits, the Andes reveal an entirely different face, serene, mystical, and breathtakingly pure. Just a few hours away lies Villa de Leyva, a colonial town frozen in time. Its vast cobblestone plaza, whitewashed houses, and quiet rhythm feel untouched by modern life. When the sun sets over its terracotta roofs, the entire village seems to shimmer under the Andean twilight. Further north, the legend deepens. Lake Guatavita, a circular lake hidden within misty mountains. It's here that the legend of El Dorado was born, when ancient tribes offered gold to the gods, casting treasures into its depths. Standing on its edge, you can feel the weight of centuries of myth pressing against the wind. It's more than a place. It's a symbol of humanity's endless search for meaning, beauty, and wonder. Bogotá and its surroundings remind us that Colombia's power lies not in grandeur alone, but in its balance between the sacred and the modern, the chaotic and the calm. It's a city that wears its past with pride, yet never stops evolving. In the glow of its streetlights, in the murmur of its mountain winds, Bogotá speaks to every traveler who dares to listen, not just to see, but to understand. As night falls, music rises from hidden bars and open plazas. Salsa, jazz, rock, all merging into a single rhythm that vibrates through the cool Andean air. Locals dance not for show, but for life. And in that moment, under the soft light of the Andes, you realize Bogotá isn't just Colombia's capital. It's its soul. Tomorrow, we leave the city behind. The journey will descend into the unknown, toward the jungles, the rivers, and the lost worlds that lie deep within Colombia's beating heart. But the mountains will stay with you, because once you've breathed the air of Bogotá, a part of you will always remain in the clouds. The air thickens. The soundscape changes. Gone are the distant hums of city life, replaced by a low, rhythmic heartbeat from deep within the earth. This is Colombia's wild frontier, where time slows and nature takes back her throne. The camera drifts through a fog-soaked forest as the sun breaks through the canopy, painting the leaves gold. Then, a single sound cuts through the silence, the call of a howler monkey echoing through the Amazon. Welcome to the lost worlds of Colombia, a realm untouched, unspoiled, and almost otherworldly. Far to the south, where borders blur between Colombia, Brazil, and Peru, lies Leticia, the gateway to the Colombian Amazon. It's not just a town, it's an entrance into another dimension, a place where rivers are roads and the jungle is infinite. Boats glide across the vast Amazon River like tiny whispers, and the horizon disappears into green. Here, there are no skyscrapers, no highways, no walls, only water, forest, and sky, endlessly merging into one. The adventure begins the moment you step off the boat The air feels alive, thick with moisture, energy, and the scent of earth after rain. Every leaf hides a story. Every sound, from the rustle of leaves to the distant cry of a macaw, feels like a language older than humanity itself. You can feel the pulse of life here, raw and uninterrupted. It's humbling, even spiritual. Leticia leads you deeper into this green labyrinth to places like Puerto Nariño, a village built in harmony with nature. No cars, no noise, only footpaths winding between wooden homes painted in bright colors. The people here live with the jungle, not against it. Their rhythm is guided by the river, their wisdom shaped by centuries of coexistence. You begin to understand survival here isn't about control, it's about respect. Follow the Amazon's tributaries further, and the world transforms. Dolphins with pink skin emerge from the depths, curious and playful. Parrots flash through the canopy like bursts of color, and somewhere in the shadows, jaguars move silently, unseen but ever present. This is the realm of mystery where the wild still rules, and humanity is just a guest. But the Amazon isn't Colombia's only secret. Thousands of kilometers away, hidden in the country's central jungles, lies a river so surreal it seems like a dream. Caño Cristales, the river of 5 colors. For most of the year, it looks like any other river. But when the rainy season arrives, something extraordinary happens. A rare plant called Macarenia clavigera blooms beneath the water, painting the riverbed in vivid streaks of red, yellow, green, and blue. It's as if nature herself spilled her palette across the current. As the drone glides over Caño Cristales, you can't help but feel awe. This is nature, performing its art. Silent, magnificent, ephemeral. The water glows beneath the sunlight, and in every ripple, there's a sense of wonder that words can't capture. Locals call it the river that escaped from paradise. And when you see it, you'll understand why. The surrounding Serranía de la Macarena National Park feels equally enchanted. Hidden waterfalls tumble down limestone cliffs. Butterflies swarm in clouds of color. Every step feels like walking through an untouched world, one that existed long before human footprints and will continue long after we're gone. And then, there's La Correra, Colombia's tallest waterfall, plunging nearly 600 meters through the Andean jungle near Bogotá. The journey there is not just a hike, it's a pilgrimage through misty trails, hanging bridges, and the deafening power of falling water. Stand beneath it, and you'll feel the raw force of Colombia's wilderness, not tamed, but pure, free, and eternal. The jungles of Colombia remind you of something humanity often forgets: that life is vast, mysterious, and interconnected. Every drop of rain that falls here nourishes rivers that flow to the sea. Every bird call carries the song of survival. Every shadow, every whisper, every breath of wind tells the same story. This world is alive, and we are part of it. As night falls in the Amazon, the sky turns into a tapestry of stars. Fireflies flicker between trees like sparks of ancient light. You listen, and in the silence, you hear the voice of Earth itself. The narrator whispers, "Here, in the heart of the jungle, humanity fades, and the planet begins to speak. Tomorrow, the journey will shift again. The wild rivers will give way to the sea, to golden coasts, coral islands, and cities that glow under the Caribbean Sunday. But you'll never forget this feeling, the heartbeat of Colombia's jungles. Steady, eternal, and alive. The sound of waves greets you before the light does. The sun rises over the Caribbean, painting the sky in hues of tangerine and gold. The tide rolls gently against ancient stone walls, and in the distance, the city of Cartagena awakens glowing, timeless, alive. Seagulls cry above the old fortress, palm trees sway along the shore, and in that moment, it feels like the world itself exhales. This is not just the Caribbean, this is Colombia's dreamscape, where history and paradise intertwine. Cartagena de Indias, a name that tastes of salt, sunlight, and legend. From above, it's a mosaic of colors, terracotta rooftops, pastel facades, and the turquoise shimmer of the sea. The old-walled city stands proud, its cobblestone streets echoing centuries of stories of pirates and poets, conquerors and dreamers. Walk through its gates, and you'll step back in time, into a world where every corner whispers a secret. The first rays of morning light strike the clock tower gate, the iconic entrance to Cartagena's historic center. As you cross under its arch, the streets burst to life, vendors selling tropical fruit, children laughing in school uniforms, horse-drawn carriages clattering on stone, bougainvillea drapes from balconies like living fireworks. And everywhere, music soft, playful, unstoppable, the rhythm of the Caribbean soul. Cartagena is more than just beautiful, it's intoxicating. The city carries the warmth of its people in every smile, in every melody that drifts through the evening air. Its walls once defended it from invaders. Now they protect its charm, its soul. Inside them, you'll find colonial mansions turned into boutique hotels, candlelit courtyards where time seems to stand still, and hidden cafes where the scent of coffee mingles with sea breeze and the faint sound of a distant guitar. But beyond its architecture and history, Cartagena is alive with emotion. As the sun sets, the Getsemani district comes alive, a neighborhood once overlooked, now pulsing with creativity. Murals explode with color, street performers fill the plazas, and salsa drifts from open doors. Locals and travelers dance together under the glow of string lights, the night air thick with joy and laughter. There's a saying here: in Cartagena, no one is a stranger for long. And as the music pulls you in, you understand it's true. Yet, the real magic of Cartagena extends beyond its walls into the open blue of the Caribbean Sea. A short boat ride away lie the Rosario Islands, a scattering of coral jewels resting on crystal clear waters. Here, the world slows down to the rhythm of waves. The sea is a gradient of blues, from deep sapphire to shimmering turquoise. You dive beneath the surface, and a world of coral and color opens up, angelfish gliding through sunlight. The sea floor, alive with movement. Each island feels like a secret. Isla Grande, with its quiet beaches and local charm. Isla Baru, where the powdery sands of Playa Blanca stretch endlessly under the Sunday. Life here is simple hammocks, fresh seafood, and the gentle hum of the sea. You lose track of time. You lose the weight of the world. And for a moment, it feels like you've found paradise. Not the kind on postcards, but the kind that lives in stillness, in connection, in peace. Further along the coast, another wonder awaits: Tayrona National Park, where the jungle meets the ocean in a breathtaking embrace. Here, ancient palm forests descend right into golden beaches, and the peaks of the Sierra Nevada rise dramatically in the distance. It's a landscape that feels almost mythical, where the Kogi people, descendants of the ancient Tayrona civilization, still walk barefoot, guarding their ancestral wisdom. You hike through the park's trails, the air thick with salt and the scent of wild mangoes. Monkeys swing above you, waves crash in the distance, and suddenly, through the trees, you catch sight of Cabo San Juan, a crescent of sand so perfect it could only have been drawn by nature herself. Time slows. You sit by the shore, the sun sinking behind the jungle, and you realize this is Colombia at its purest, wild, spiritual, unendingly beautiful. As night falls, the Caribbean sky bursts into stars. The water glows faintly with bioluminescence, each wave sparkling like liquid starlight. The narrator's voice softens. In the heart of the Caribbean, Colombia breathes not as a destination, but as a dream. From the jungles of the Amazon to the coasts of Cartagena, you've seen a country reborn, a land where nature and soul move as one. Colombia isn't just a place you visit. It's a feeling that follows you home. a rhythm that stays in your chest long after the journey ends. The waves crash softly against the shore, and the screen fades to black, leaving only one thought behind. Some places you visit once, others, like Colombia, you carry forever. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed exploring Prague as much as I enjoyed guiding you through it. If you found this travel guide helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more beautiful destinations from around the world. Got a favorite spot in Prague? Drop it in the comments, I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, safe travels, and see you in the next video.